thank you for finding time for yourself. And if you can take a deep breath in and a relaxing breath out, and you can close your eye. Deep breath in, a relaxing breath out. And I wonder if you can begin to find comfort. Comfort in the chair, supporting you to go deeper into this experience. And as you take a deep breath in and a relaxing breath out, I'm curious if you can feel the sensation of your feet relaxing, legs relaxing, scalp on your head relaxing, deeper into this experience. And you can let your chest rise and fall while you fall into this experience. And there's no right or wrong way to do trance. Deep breath in and relaxing breath out. And you can be thinking too much and experience trance. Or you can be full of tension and experience trance. You're perfect, just as you are. And as your chest is comfortably rising and falling, I'm curious if you can orient your attention to your internal world. And I don't know the last time you really got to spend some relaxing time with yourself. Maybe on a nice holiday, a nice vacation a long time ago. So you deserve to relax, to reconnect to you like you're on vacation. You're perfect, just as you are. And with each breath, I wonder if you can distance yourself a little further and further away from the world's demand. Deep breath in, relaxing breath out. And while you're on this internal vacation, I wonder if you can find a way to relax deeper into this experience. I don't know if your shoulders can relax, forehead relax, lips relax. And I don't know if you feel different sensations expanding into space, floating, falling deeper into this experience. But what I do know is you deserve this internal vacation. And as you experience this experience, your unconscious mind will listen to the sound of my voice and will do something really wonderful for you a little later on. And what some people really love about trance is their thoughts are clearer, like the clouds parting on a rainy day. The thoughts are more distant. There is more space. And you can fill the space with your love. The room space, the external space, the internal space. And that means that your unconscious mind is also here and can hear what I say. And since that is the case, you are probably learning about this and already know at an unconscious level more than you think you do. So it's not right for me to tell you, learn this or that, learn in any way you want, in any order. And I'm not sure you're aware how special you are. No one knows what it's like to be you. The privilege of being you. No one else has your life experience, your learning, your wisdom, and you've managed to slow your heart rate, your pulse, your blood pressure, without me asking that of you. And I'm not a psychic, but I'm also guessing you haven't Googled symptoms of slowing down your heart rate while I'm talking to you now, because that's the special control you have. How special you are. And you can go on an imaginary vacation anytime you choose, because that can happen in hypnosis fantasy. And in the past you've felt mental anguish, maybe felt people wouldn't understand what you were going through. And I don't know if you had a fear of flying, a mild social phobia, a fear of vomiting, or a genuine fear and disgust for germs, or felt dizzy in the pit of your stomach, or felt trapped within a 2-mile radius of your home, or in the past felt your heart race so fast you could see it beating in your chest. But what I do know is it's got nothing to do with you. And sometimes in life, motivation can fluctuate from minute to minute. And as you might know, complex decisions get harder later in the day. And motivation decreases from morning to evening. And the motivation for self-improvement can vanish on Friday night. And in B.J. Fogg's book Tiny Habits, he explains the Weight Watchers phenomena, how sign-ups increase in January and after Labor Day, after a summer of treats. But in November, there are virtually no people signing on to lose weight or signing up to lose weight in the health industry. And experts are well aware of the phenomenon. In terms of weight loss, absolutely no motivation is in sight for November and December. And it reminds me of the teenager who bugs you endlessly until they get to go to that party, or your dog that hounds you for a cuddle, or the cat that wakes you up in the early hours of the morning until you feed it. And we all want something. Maybe we all want to be healthy, feel fulfilled, be in love, be less stressed. But this is not enough. Often, ability and prompt are overlooked. In terms of motivation, if I offered you $1 million to run an ultra marathon, would you be motivated to do it? Yes, you'd probably be motivated. But could you do it immediately? Probably not. Sometimes motivation is the least reliable to rely on. And it's not a flaw of one's character. It's simply human nature, which reminds me of a psychologist's story. Their patient had a phobia of wetting their pants. Not at home or around the house, but too scared to leave their home. The mother of the child would take them for a car ride and give in to the child's demands to pull over at every gas station to ensure her child felt comfortable, checking the child was okay. But the father thought that was nonsense, and he drove a fancy car, and the child never wanted to travel with the father because he didn't listen. And it was a fancy car. One day the father said, "I'll give you $100 if you can urinate in my car." The child was horrified, but also wanted the $100. So eventually the child tried to urinate in her father's fancy car. And the child couldn't. So the child didn't get $100, but found they were free. Free to get in the car and go anywhere. But not everyone has the ability or motivation to urinate in a nice car. And it reminds me of Milton Erickson, who would pattern break his patients' problems with OCD, who would wash their hands endlessly with soap, who had intrusive thought, OCD with a dislike for germs. But through a series of questions, Erickson would find that the rituals had to be done in a certain way, at a certain time, and in a particular order. And Erickson would say something like, "Have you tried a different brand of soap?" And interrupting the patterns, the anchors would slowly unravel because they had to be done in a particular way. Or you can't experience the same feelings. And we all have rituals, from how we make a cup of tea, to how we butter our bread, to how we charge our mobile phone. And if you wanted to clean your kitchen bench a little more, you would simply insert that new behaviour into your usual kitchen ritual. And you can be a little kinder to yourself. At first, you might just remember to do it, and that's enough. Until one day you have time to do it, and that's enough. Or you finally wipe it down properly until it's part of your ritual. Or if you didn't want to eat biscuits anymore, you could put them in a kitchen cupboard that you rarely open. And you say to yourself for 1 hour per day, I won't open that cupboard. And maybe a week later, I won't open that cupboard between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Or I won't open it on weekends or Friday night. And you create new rituals. But anxiety is much more complex than adjusting a few rituals. And I want to speak to the part of you now that's always calm, and get permission to speak to the side of you that does anxiety. Good. Now that I'm speaking to the anxiety part of you, I want to ask the anxiety why it does what it does. Is there a higher purpose to this behaviour? And I don't know if it is to check that you are safe, to show that it really cares about you, or was reminding you that it loves you. Only you know. And once you have an answer, I want to ask the other side of you if it accepts the answer. Good. And now I want to ask the part of you that was anxiety if it could find another way of demonstrating its higher purpose. I wonder if it can find 3 different ways it can remind you or demonstrate to you that it loves you, or checks that you're safe. And I don't know if it will say, I love you, or remind you to enjoy breathing because you're still here, or to thank you every hour for eating a piece of fruit this week. But what I do know is Soon that part of you will have 3 alternative behaviours. And once you have the 3 alternative behaviours, I want to ask the calm part of you if it will assist in implementing and accepting these 3 new alternative behaviours. And I wonder in the future if you just might find yourself doing things differently. And it reminds me of Richard Bandler and John Grinder's book, Reframing. There was a mother who was a matriarch, and her mother had been a matriarch. And her grandmother founded a church, and there were streets named after her in the Midwest. The woman knew her grandmother's name, but couldn't remember her grandfather's name. The husband was an alcoholic, the son a hoodlum. The younger son was failing school, and the mother would yell non-stop at all the men in the family, and the men would just cringe if they even looked at her. But then there was a 5-year-old daughter who could do no wrong. And so the therapist had a secret discussion with the 5-year-old daughter. And said, the next time you see your mummy yell at any of the men, I want you to tug on mummy and say, don't you love them, mummy? And slowly the mother would have to answer the daughter, yes, I do love them. But mummy, don't you love them? Interrupting the yelling. Yes, I do love them. I'm yelling so he will get more educated, so he studies, so he doesn't have to work in the coal mines. The mother still yelling. But mummy, don't you love them? Yes, I do. I wanted them to take the garbage out, the trash can out, so the neighbours respect them and believe they are strong men in the community, part of the community. And soon the men realised the little girl had performed some magic. And all of the members of the family had a new sense of compassion for their mother always yelling at them. And I wonder in the future if you'll become more curious about your higher purpose, happily experiencing a new sense of help self-help, helping you to understand your senses. And in the past, we all didn't understand why we had to put our socks on before our shoes, or our underpants before our trousers, until we did. And I wonder if you'll feel a different sense of control, controlling your level of empathy to this higher purpose, the love, self-love, self-care. And in a moment, you can head to that special place. A place to sleep. And I don't know if that will be a giant castle with a giant bed, or a tropical island with a waterbed, or if you'd like to sleep on a cloud hugging a unicorn. Only you know where that special place is. And you can breathe in and a relaxing breath out. And you can begin to distance yourself from your external world. Deep breath in and relaxing breath out. As you begin to head to that special place. Because you deserve to sleep. In fact, I'm confident employers around the world would admire your devotion to your self-care, your ability to take care of yourself. Deep breath in. Relaxing breath out. And as you distance yourself from your external world, you can tuck your toes under the blanket, legs, body, arms. Allow your head to relax on the pillow. Neck relax, scalp relax, ears relax, and you can begin to create distance from your internal world. And head to sleep. Deep breath in, sleepy breath out, further and further to sleep. Deep, deep sleep. You're perfect, just as you are.